so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 59. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome.
And today we have... Sorry, I was turning off my fan. Today we have both a fun and exciting episode planned for you fucking nerds. We've still got a bevy of questions in the Discord for another fire Q&A session. So that's what we're gonna be fucking doing here today. But first, as always, a couple announcements. First, Dang Mike Oxlong, change it, and Dr. J Webb, thank you for the offline Twitch subarenos, boys. Honored, humbled, and privileged. But this leads me into my next point. If you want to give us money, join the Patreon first, and then if you still haven't pissed away enough money, then subscribe on Twitch. Because we get more money that way, and you guys get more benefit that way. And now you might be asking, well, you know, it's 2 episodes a month. That's not great. Hey, wrong. Wrong. We've officially revamped the Patreon. So what we've done is this. Gold is now 4 episodes a month. 4 bonus eps a month for gold patronage, which is $5 a month. We've deleted platinum, and then Damascus is still $20 a month. That is also going to be the 4 bonus episodes. And instead of doing a monthly Damascus hangout, we're going to be doing a weekly Damascus hangout every Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific time. So for like about an hour, we'll just hang out in Discord, fuck around. And then after that, me or Tanner's going to go live, and we're just going to keep playing with the Damascus boys for the evening and streaming gameplay. We could do customs, we could do pubs. I don't care. It's up to you guys.
Don't care.
Yeah. And then, so I'll be there for like every one of those. TDS will be there for at least 1, probably more like 2 or 3. So Damascus just got like better, and so did Gold. And then for Damascus, you guys can still do the gameplay breakdowns. You still get the priority episode suggestions. There's a private channel in Discord for you guys to chat in text and in voice. So everyone's Patreon experience just got better, basically. So you can go to patreon.com/thedropshot. You can find the details there and whatnot. But again, if you want to give us $5 to support, I appreciate it. Do it on Patreon first. And then if you still want to throw away money, then you can do it on Twitch. Because if you are going to spend $5, you're going to get way more out of a Patreon than you will out of a Twitch sub. And we're going to get more out of that $5 as well. So I appreciate the offline subs. Do offline Patreons instead. Unless you have a Twitch Prime, because then you've already paid for it. So then it's a free sub. So then do that, of course. So get absolutely scammed. But yeah, once again, you guys can see the patreon.com/thedropshot for details. And by the way, speaking of Patreon episodes, our last episode was absolutely fucking fire. That went live today, about 5 hours and 11 minutes ago. It was a little behind the scenes episode. It was about 2 hours long. We thought it was going to be like an hour. How'd you enjoy that ep, Tanner?
It was really fun, dude. I think people will enjoy it. We've already got some feedback. People are saying they did have a fun time listening. Yeah, it just kind of, it let people understand like what goes on more on like a day-to-day to like a weekly basis for us. So yeah, I thought it was really fun. It was fun to record.
Tanner. Oh, my internet died. Great.
Episode, well, it ended up being 2 hours.
Okay,
No,
my
you're
internet
live again.
died for a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, you cut out there completely. My internet went to 0 and now it's like fine again. Am I live still?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay. That was weird. Well, no one heard what you said, but
Jesus. Well, it was fun to record. We just talked about what we do behind the scenes. It was a 2-hour-long episode. I didn't think we could make it that long of an episode, but it ended up going fantastically well. And I think people are enjoying it so far, so we're happy to see that.
yeah, so far we're getting some good feedback. So I said it in the episode, but I'll just remind everyone, if you enjoyed the behind the scenes thing, let me know, because I want to do it at the end of every month. So one of the 4 bonus eps will be behind the scenes. I would like to do that. I had fun recording it. I think it would be cool. But what I want or think doesn't actually matter. So if you guys didn't enjoy it, we won't do it again, obviously. But if you did, let us know. And if you didn't, let us know. So anyway, any other announcements from you, TDS?
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, in that case, if you were listening for the jingle, here it is. Seeing Trees 94. Let's fucking go with the 400 biddies. Hell yes, dude. Thank you, brother. Honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. I appreciate you, sir. So for those of you who skipped the announcements, thank you again, Trees. Appreciate it, dude. We are doing another fun and exciting question and answer segment today. And if you guys wanted to ask questions of us, join the fucking Discord. There is a Q&A channel there where you can post questions. And that's the only thing you can do. If you don't post a question, I'll delete your dumb comment. So keep that in mind. Now, first, before we get to that real quick, we have a couple playlist updates to keep everyone apprised on the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast. First of all, Gunfight Tournament is free from yesterday until September 2nd, which will be Wednesday. So stay away from gunfight tournaments because there's going to be a ton of hackers because it's free to play. And I think that's pretty much it for this. And then we also have this Game of Summer event in MW and Warzone. So this is like PvE trials, I guess. I thought it was actually more competitive, but it's like if you just get a certain score, you get gold and then you get everything. I don't think there's actually a leaderboard. Is there?
I mean, I doubt it.
Yeah, I kind of doubt
I really
it too.
doubt they would do that, to be honest.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a bunch of shit there. You can unlock some stuff. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for playlist updates. So that is of course that. And now Zerosio, holy shit, 1,050 bits. Let's fucking go. Jesus, Sar. I appreciate you, dude, and your shamrock. I'm honored, humbled, and of course privileged and Irish. So I appreciate the symbol of our heritage there. 1,050 bits, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. You love to see it. Welcome back, Czar. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Now, without further ado, let's get into the first question. Steel Switch asks, do you feel we need more customization slots in Gunsmith? Should removing the stock off of a weapon take up a customization slot? Tanner, your thoughts?
I think we could use more customization slots in the Gunsmith. 10 is enough, but I think having a few more is always better. I mean, a lot of people seem to like forget that you can save your setup. So unless you're somebody that's trying a different setup and attachment setup on a specific weapon, like every single game.
Tanner, not custom class slots. Number of attachments you can equip on a gun at the same time.
Oh, okay. Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No, that's
getting
perfectly
worried.
fine how it is. Yeah. No, that's perfectly fine how it is. I would almost, if they're gonna change anything, I would almost think they need to take one away or something. We definitely don't need more.
Yeah.
Should removing the stock off a weapon take up a customization slot? Yes. Absolutely. I mean, it's altering the gun and changing the way it plays. So yes, it should definitely.
And it changes the way it plays a lot, by the way.
By a lot. Well, yeah. Not so much as of recently, but yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with Tanner 100%. Of course not. 5 is already like maybe too many. 6 would be way too many. Like you could make a perfect gun with like 6 or 7 attachments. Like you could min-max ideally. With 5, you have to like make some trade-offs.
Yeah.
Not even for every gun though. Some guns I wouldn't use more than 5 slots even if I could. But for most, you do have to make some sort of trade-off. You don't want to take that away because then it's like everyone's going to have the same gun. You're just going to equip the 6 or 7, whatever, best attachments. And then, yeah, of course, no stock should be a slot.
Yeah. I mean, even now with the 5, you're right. It's like I can set up a weapon pretty damn well. If it were just 4, it would be a lot harder to do. It would take more, take more thought into it.
Yeah.
But 5's a good number. We don't need any more for sure.
Yeah, 1,000% don't need any more. So keep that in mind, Steel. But thank you for your question. Nicomus, oh shit, let's fucking go. 10 gifty boys for a total of 90 gifted subs at twitch.tv/Razinon live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. 10 more? Oops. Let's fucking go, dude. Nick, Jesus, brother, chill. Young Nicomus, back at it again. 20 gifted subs. Jesus, dude. Yeah, let's get some Razinon LFGs in the fucking chat, dude. If I can find it, I'll post it. Wait. There we go. Oh, my stream deck's broken. Dog shit company. Elgato.
Well,
they're not.
Well,
They're not.
they're not.
It's probably user error. Nicomus, though, dude, fucking hell yeah, brother. 20 gifty boys. What's up, dude? Let's make it a cool 100. There you go. Hey, I won't complain. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, dude. As always, honored, humbled, and privileged. You've been here a long time, and it is much appreciated, sir. Thank you for the support. What a god king, dude. God damn. All right, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Czar. Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. Let's move on to our next question. The real Donald J. Trump, 46th President of the United States of America, asks, Razinon, if you were trapped in a video game for the rest of your life, but could pick which one, what would it be? We already know Tanner would pick Tomb Raider. Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
I guess I'll answer this first, but we will send it to you. We'll send it to you because it's probably not Tomb Raider. But if I could be trapped in a video game for the rest of my life, I actually don't even know, dude. Like
Halo
fuck
for you?
No, I don't want to be fighting, dude. I don't want to be a life and death struggle. I'm sure. Like, it would be cool to be like a fucking Jedi or something, but I also might die in combat, which is not great.
It's a video game, though. You just respawn.
Here's what I would say. The Sims, because it's very easy to just get massively rich in that game. Like, very easy. And just have, like, a bunch of, like, have a harem, you know? So, yeah, The Sims is my vote, for sure.
Dude, we need to start streaming that game, bro.
The Sims, yeah.
We could stream our simmer playing, or him live streaming and making a ton of money, dude.
We could stream him streaming, meta streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
What's your answer?
Shit, dude. I'm trying to think back of all the old single player games I played.
I thought you were going to say Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, year of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto
Really?
Vice City. I want to live in that world.
Dude, Tommy Vercetti? Let's go,
Vice City. Vice City or Yeah, probably Vice City.
I think if I thought about this more, I could come up with a really cool answer, but
Just
right now,
run around spawning tanks and RPGs, blowing everything up.
Yeah, if
Getting
you could have
chased by
cheat
the
codes,
military.
if you could have cheat codes enabled, that'd be pretty dope. Just do like
Yeah.
infinite money on all the businesses. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad. So interesting. So it's not Tom Raider.
It's not Tom Raider, no.
No. Okay. Keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah.
Zerosio with the 5 gifty boys. Let's fucking go. Jesus, Czar, dude, bits, gifty boys. Jesus, brother. Thank you, sir. The 5 gifted and the bits. Honored, humbled, and of course privileged, dude. I appreciate it. Light or dark side of the Force? Easily dark side. Every time I played Knights of the Old Republic or KOTOR 2, I would try to do a light side run and it would just end like soon. Because it'd be like, dude, I can just like, I can rape and murder all these people. I'm going to get so many credits. And it's just easier. It's not going to take me an hour to do some dumb quest to save like some Iridonian like orphan boy. Fuck it. And then just kill them all. And then I end up being dark side. So easily dark
Orphan
side.
boy.
Easily dark side. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. In game, of course.
Keep that in mind.
But yeah, Czar, thank you again for the gifty boys and the bits, dude. I appreciate you. Let's move on here. Next question. Choi5150 asks, should I change my screen name? Okay. Also, if you couldn't game on a PC, would you play on an Xbox or a PlayStation? Keep in mind that Xbox supports keyboard and mouse. So does PlayStation. Tanner, your thoughts?
Should you change your screen name? No, I think it's good. Chewy. Chewy. It's dog shit, but no, you don't need to change it. If I couldn't game on a PC, so this question, this is what I don't understand about the console wars, dude. You're both, the only fucking difference you have is a different main menu. You have the same graphics, the same shit frame rate, the same shit refresh rate. I mean, I don't see why it's so funny when people are like, oh, Xbox is dog shit, PS4 is dog shit. I mean, they're almost identical.
Yeah.
They're almost identical.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I would just say Xbox because that's what I've been playing with lately, and that's what I have. I had the original. I had PS1, I had PS2, and then I switched to Xbox after that. So, I mean, back then Xbox was dog shit. It always got like the red ring of death and everything. But it's like, dude, they don't have those issues anymore. That's a thing of the past. They don't just stop working suddenly and you have to pay $200 to fix them like you used to have to. So, it doesn't matter to me. I would just say Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like Czar said in chat, it's all about the exclusives, and there's one exclusive game that I care about on consoles. Can anyone guess what it is? It's Halo. So I would pick Xbox. Because Halo was my first FPS love. So I would easily take Xbox. Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, Halo for sure. So yeah, Xbox. And that's literally the only reason. Otherwise, I don't care. Because they're both consoles. So
Don't care.
Don't care. So Chewy, thank you for the question. Let's move on here. JManQ319 asks, what is the better sniper in Warzone / multiplayer? AX50 or HDR? In my own personal use, the HDR seems to be the better choice, especially for extreme ranges past 400 meters. What is your point of view? Tanner.
I prefer the AX50 for the movement speed, the ADS time.
The peripheral vision, which you told me about?
The peripheral vision. I've had a lot more practice with that. The HDR is good. It's just, it handles too slow, I think. And the, I hate the optic because you can't see anything on the outside of it other than what you're looking at directly in the reticle. And the thing, you know, people talk about like, oh, extreme ranges past 400 meters. Half of the time you're taking those shots, you're just wasting your time. Unless somebody's standing still and you get a one shot down, or you're playing solos or something. I mean, otherwise, if you're shooting that far out, you're gonna miss. Yeah, you'll see like these crazy clips on Twitter or whatever of people hitting shots from a helicopter, or somebody flying a helicopter from across the map. But it's like that doesn't happen that often. So for me, range isn't the biggest thing. I would rather have the ADS time and the handling speed. So that's why I prefer the AX50.
Yeah.
And also, people keep limiting it to those two. If you haven't noticed, the Card 98 has become extremely popular.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I should try that. I know it's not considered a sniper, but it's a sniper. And I was watching Nate play with that last few nights, actually. God, he's so good.
He's disgusting. It makes me upset how good he
is.
is.
I hope Syrian starts playing Warzone like he said on Twitter.
I know.
Oh my
I'm so
God.
hyped. I would love it because he's so good and he hates like Warzone. He hates looting. He hates PvE. He hates camping. So to watch him play it, he's going to push a bunch of dumb shit. 99% of the time he'll win anyway. And then sometimes he's just going to do something so dumb that even he can't like win because he's like impatient. That's my guess. I've never seen him. If he really wants to win, he will because he's insane. He could pull so many viewers, dude.
Yeah.
Because he's actually, dude, yes. Because he's so funny too.
He's so entertaining.
Like once he gets run over by a car, or like a trophy system fucks him or something, he's just going to bitch for 45 minutes and I'm going to just be laughing.
And then he's going to uninstall live on the stream.
Oh my God, I love Syrian. Yeah, that would be so fucking funny, dude. Yeah. I really hope he streams Warzone for sure. But
so my choice is the AX50. The HDR is definitely more popular, but I still prefer the AX50.
Yeah. So yeah, another thing too, for these extreme ranges, like Tanner said, you're gonna miss. But even if you don't miss, you're not gonna get a headshot anyway. So you're not gonna get a kill. Like you're not gonna headshot someone in Warzone at 450 meters. That's just never happening. Like that's so rare that it's not worth like choosing a sniper based on which one can do that better than another one.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah. So
for Warzone, if it's between those two, AX50, just because of the peripheral vision you get when you're ADSing, which you don't get with an HDR. And they're both a one-shot headshot down, and they're both not a one-shot body shot down on a fully armored opponent. For multiplayer, I would use an AX50 on every map except for downtown. What is it called? Verdansk.
Oh my God.
Downtown Tovorsk. Yeah.
Tovorsk. It's such a bad map.
Tovorsk District.
Yeah. We just leave it every time. I don't even remember what it's called anymore.
Yeah, that's the only map in multiplayer, I would use an HDR on because you can one-shot anyone in the body at any range on that map. So that's when I would use an HDR. But other than that, yeah, AX50 or a car for sure. So, yeah.
Yep.
Next question here. Steel Switch asks, okay, if Tanner's head was implanted next to Razinon's head on his body, theoretically making a two-headed person, what intimate terrors would Tanner be witness to in Raz's everyday life?
God. Dear Lord, dude.
Well, Tanner can't answer this.
I would never want to experience that in my life.
Yeah.
First, I'd be scared when he busts out that huge cock for the first time, dude. I wouldn't know what to do.
Well,
I wouldn't know if I'm supposed to stare at it, if I'm supposed to look the other way.
The thing is, I've had practice dodging it for 28 years, but you're just new to it. So once I took it out, you'd be blind, like shortly. Yeah. Because you don't have like the reflexes, to get out of the way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, doesn't it get tiring just like pulling it out of your shorts and it just dropping straight and hitting the floor?
Oh, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It just gets wet in the toilet all the time.
Yeah, it's always soggy. So.
Yeah. Jesus. Soggy's not a great word. Let's not use the word soggy.
It's not the best word we could use there.
It's like how females hate the word moist.
Yeah.
I hate the word soggy.
Soggy. Ugh, that is gross.
Any soggy cocks?
Any soggy cocks, dude? Okay, let's move on.
First, I feel like he would just be jerking his meat all the time.
Into Tanner's eye. I'd hold his head with one of my hands and just make him
dog shit.
I'd make him suck me off, dude.
He would go a week without showering since he doesn't leave his house. His house would be disgusting and hot. Oh my God.
True.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be great.
Why don't you tell us what I would see?
Oh, well, it's a That's going to be a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Next question. Deacon Cheese. When Hollywood inevitably decides to make a biopic about the Dropshot LLC, which actors or actresses, it's 2020, do you see daring attempt the roles of Tanner and Razinon? What's the title of the movie? Okay. Tanner, your thoughts?
Ugh. So easy, dude.
Okay.
John Krasinski. Because I'm so good looking. I'm such a good actor. I'm so funny. The ladies love me. I'm fucking... God, I can't get up. I'm fucking...
I'm sure. Tanner's
It's all of
flexing.
those things, dude. Yeah, I couldn't even tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, I'm fucking
Yeah, your mic's cutting out.
you, dude. Is it?
No, you're good now. You're good now.
Okay.
Just don't move it. So, John
that in
Krasinski
mind.
would play you. Interesting. Interesting. Who would play me?
I'm thinking of... oh, man, what's his name? Hold on. Hold on.
What is he in?
Oh, fuck. I can't think of his name.
What movie is he in?
Oh, no. Ron Jeremy.
Oh,
'Cause the cock, dude.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the huge
It's
cock,
gotta be
Ron,
Ron
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Yeah. I was actually thinking the contemporary version, which would be Johnny Sins. He's fucking yoked. He's white. He's handsome. He's got a huge dick.
Okay, so far you're none of those things.
Well, all of them. So,
Okay.
that's who would play me.
I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Who would play Tanner? John Krasinski is such a yikes. That's such a yikes. I mean, he seems like a cool guy, I guess.
He's he's a cool guy. I'm a cool guy. You know,
I kind of
we're
see
cool
the
guys.
resemblance. You just have to shave your dumb
we're
mustache
vibing, we're chilling.
on a stack.
Yeah, we're stacking, dude. We're bugging, actually.
What's the title of the movie, Tanner?
Ooh. The Dropshot does Los Angeles.
That's the worst title I've ever.
Yeah.
I was thinking White West Coast Liberal Elites.
Well,
It's not
Yeah.
great either, though.
that's worse than mine, but yeah.
I don't know about that, but yeah, we could. We'd have to brainstorm that one a little bit. Kevin Spacey for Raz. I was actually
Danny
thinking
DeVito
that,
for Raz?
Chris, which is actually kind of crazy. No, dude, who plays Dennis Reynolds? That's my actor, dude.
Oh.
That's my actor, dude. What is that guy's name, bro? I fucking love him, dude.
Glenn Howerton.
Yes, Glenn Howerton, dude.
I could see that actually. Yeah.
Yep, 1,000%, dude. That's me. No cap. No cap. Two guys, one
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, there you go.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we'd have to brainstorm that one.
We would have to use our brains for sure.
Yeah. Keeping it in mind, maybe. I don't know. We'll look into it. So, next question here. What's up, by the way, Mike? Steel Switch. I happen to come across a Jack Frags YouTube video on a cheater in MW Warzone. In the video, he's encountered with a barrage of clusters, which I've never seen before. I was wondering if you've been witness to anything like this with kill streaks being hacked. Tanner.
I haven't seen it. It must be extremely rare. I've heard about it somewhere else recently. I think maybe JGod or somebody tweeted about it or made a little video. Yeah, like they can somehow keep calling the streak in over and over again, but I've never seen anything like it. I doubt it happens often at all.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that or much less seen it in game. So no, I have no idea. It's super rare if it is not even patched yet. So I don't know. Still interesting. Next question. Rougarou V2, change it. Just finished Jocko podcast 180 through 182 with John Strykermeyer, which we referenced in the last Q&A episode titled Vietnam. I was blown away by his stories and can't wait to read the actual books myself. Is the United States military a topic you're normally interested in? And if so, do you prefer a certain time period or particular war? Tanner.
I used to be more interested than I am now. Not that I lost interest. It's just I never read books or anything. My favorite time period for just general history, it's got to be World War II. I think all that was interesting. Primarily because like all the World War II movies that always came out, they were so good, they were so interesting to watch, and then that's what my dad's really into as well. Like he's big on planes, you know. Like I grew up going to air shows a lot with him, you know, going to like going on military ships wherever we went, you know, down in San Diego, San Pedro, up in San Francisco, like different areas, going on ships, checking things out. So he's like a big World War II history buff. So, you know, he talks about it a lot. So that's what I've just kind of grown up with. So that's what I like. In terms of like the craziest, like we talked about, it's Vietnam. Those stories are nutty, but I don't know. I think you seem to hear more, and we learn more in school about World War II for sure.
Yeah, because we didn't lose World War II. So if we had won Vietnam, rest assured we'd all know a lot more about it.
Nobody won Vietnam.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No one won Vietnam.
The world lost, actually.
The Vietnamese people lost, and that's about it. So, and so did the United States and their taxpayers. So anyways, did you ever listen to those Jocko podcasts, by the way? Of course you didn't. You're dog shit.
I don't have time, dude. We talked about this in the Patreon episode.
Listen,
go sub to our Patreon and listen to that. So one, I can get paid for it, and two, so you can understand.
Well, you
don't
work
have
out.
time.
You work out, so listen to it while you work out.
I can't. I've tried that before. I tried listening to podcasts while I work out. I can't. I need to like have music. Yep.
Interesting.
I need like loud music just blaring in my ears. You know, I need that T Swift hitting my fucking ears.
Yikes, dude. Yikers.
Pissed?
Yikers. Anyways, let's move on from that.
Wait.
What?
Have you ever seen The Pacific or Band of Brothers?
No, I've been told to watch both of them.
Oh, you're
though.
so fucking dumb, actually.
Are they both on HBO?
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
God,
Are they on HBO?
You're such a boy, dude.
Are they on HBO, dude? Help me.
They used to be. I don't know. I own the DVDs if you want to borrow them.
Of course you do.
Well, my dad owns them.
Well, I don't.
They're such good miniseries. You need to watch those.
Okay, yeah. I'll keep it in mind. I've been told that many times, actually. So I'll for sure look into it. So
Band of Brothers is a better storyline. The Pacific has better like visuals and battle scenes, I think.
I don't care about that. I'm not a boy, even though I look like one. So anyways, I'll keep all of that in mind. Is the United States military a topic you're normally interested in? Yes, definitely. I find all of that shit fascinating. Not entirely sure why. I think it's because the stakes are so high in war. Like, war is the craziest thing like people can do, basically. There's nothing else that people can do that's like more like consequential. Not good, but like consequential. Like if a war is happening, shit's gonna change a lot for everyone in every way. So it's like super interesting because it's kind of like the story of like the human race, really. So, and since I'm from the United States, obviously that means the United States military is one of those things that I'm more proximally interested in. If so, do you prefer for a certain time period or particular war? So for me, it's like if I'm looking at like the events of a war, my favorite is definitely World War II, particularly because the psychology of like Nazi Germany is fucking incredibly fascinating to me, because like there were so many just normal ass German dudes who were like on board with the Holocaust, which is like crazy because you wouldn't think like normal ass people could do that. Which reminds me of an excellent book on this topic called Ordinary Men by Viktor Frankl. And it illustrates this very specifically because I don't know if he follows, but he documents, it's like it's not like a narrative fiction. It's like a real troop of people or whatever. They were like a military unit in Germany. I think it might have, pretty sure it was Germany. And it just documents them going from being ordinary men. And then by the end of the book, they're executing pregnant women and throwing them into ditches.
Jeez, dude.
And they weren't like super radicalized, crazy people. They were just ordinary men. That's why that's the title of the book. So it documents like the psychology of how that's even possible. And no one would have ever thought that something like the Holocaust could have happened because it requires like so many people to be on board. But if you just take it step by step, then all of a sudden you get there. So it's super interesting to me to study that. Not necessarily for the war itself, although that's also very interesting, but particularly for like the development of the Third Reich. Like that's so crazy. It's so interesting. However, if I wanted to look at an individual soldier's experience, Vietnam is way more interesting. Like I'd rather hear about the individual story of this Mac V Sog dude than this like stormtrooper in Germany. But if I'm zooming out beyond like the personal, then I find World War II more interesting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, dude. There's this one episode specifically in Band of Brothers that you need to watch the series. Watch that one first, please. Where they go to a concentration camp. They come across one and find one, and like that episode was so nuts that I don't remember.
Hold on. Fucking internet is so bad.
I always watch war movies, but even like is it lagging?
Yeah, I'm back though. Sorry. So I need to watch this one episode.
Yeah. And it's like one of the last few episodes, and was so bad that even like my dad wouldn't let me watch it when like it first came out and I was that young. And it's
how old were you?
It came out in 2001, so I don't remember.
Oh, you were 9.
But I mean, it was probably a couple of years after that. Yeah, second to last episode called Why We Fight. And they come across a concentration camp, and it's fucking crazy, dude. It is such a crazy episode. I mean, like, it's just like they come across this out of nowhere. They filmed it so perfectly, and they just see all these people like standing there on the other side of a fence, just looking at them, like nobody's talking. It's just dead quiet, and they like walk through the entire camp, like, you know, burning bodies and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, dude, like it's like that actually happened. That is insane to me. Yeah, just insane. And that episode specifically is just nuts, dude.
Yeah, I want to watch
all
that
of those
now.
Like all those visuals, you just remember. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. Moose God says, I listen to all the John Striker Meyer episodes. The way he nonchalantly talks about escaping near death in the jungle multiple times is chilling. It happened to him so many times that it was just like expected. Do you guys remember, for those of you who did listen to the John Striker Meyer Jocko podcast episodes, do you guys remember where he talks about how he had to learn how to fire his AK hip fire because he never had time to aim down sights? That's like one of the craziest like parts of that whole thing. I was like, dude, imagine you have to train hip firing.
God, dude.
That's how nasty it got. Real dude. Fucking nuts, dude. Anyways, Rugaru V2, change it. Thank you for the question. That was a good one. This next one here is from Tier SL11. What is your ideal dream car? I bet Raz's would be a Tesla because he is a white liberal elite, and Tanner some sort of minivan because he has a wife. Interesting theories there. Okay, Tier. Good
I'll
question.
for sure keep that in mind, actually.
For sure keep it in mind.
Teslas are dope. What is my dream car? Ugh. Honestly, I would just rather have like just a river rat Jeep, right? I would rather have.
He already has one, but yeah.
I would rather have like a brand new 2020 JL Wrangler Rubicon, and just built, you know, axles, big tires.
This is dream car.
Obviously the radio. Obviously the radio, you know, gotta have that. Well, keep in mind these guys that build them, they're worth like 150,000, so keep that in mind. Okay. So that, like, realistically, that I would just want something like that. If I'm talking like an exotic,
like a dream car?
Yeah.
Which was the question.
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't care about having some dumb, fancy, nice car, you know? Yeah. I'd rather have like a Jeep that I can like do sick trails on and shit.
Sick trails? You're such a river rat.
I mean, any river rat trails?
Disgust me. So Tier,
I don't know, dude. I used to be way more into cars than I am now.
Yeah. I've never cared about cars, like ever. I just don't care. I don't drive. So Tier, you're exactly right. It's literally a Tesla. Yeah. Like the nicest Tesla you can get. Because it can just autopilot. So I can just, it's like no work required. It's nice. It's nice enough in the interior, probably. It can parallel park itself because I can't. So a Tesla is absolutely what I would choose.
Yeah. They also go 0 to 60 in like 1.8 seconds.
Yeah,
so.
they're also super fast too, which is both fun and exciting. So
I would never want to even drive one of those unless I owned one, because I would just be so disappointed in the next vehicle I drove again, you know?
yeah, I'd just be like,
oh, so every other car is dog shit and slow, you know?
True.
And doesn't drive itself.
Yeah.
And doesn't have video games on the screen that I can play while I'm parked. It's actually crazy. Those Tesla's fucking nuts.
There's this one Mario Kart mod for the Tesla.
Oh my god, I saw that. We saw the same video or something.
Probably. You're using the actual steering wheel to play Mario Kart while you're parked? Dude, that's so fucking cool, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Tesla for me. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're a West Coast liberal elite for sure.
Indeed. All right, next question's from Ryan Set. I bought MW at launch, and since it was my first COD since BO2, I was shit. Gave up playing for months until my friend got me to start again when quarantine happened. I've gotten my game up pretty well. Went from a 0.47 KD to a 0.92. That's a huge jump.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's rare that I have less than a 1.0 in a game, but I can't seem to translate that consistency into Warzone. I struggle to stay above a 0.6, and I feel like a liability to my squad mates. What can I do to help translate my multiplayer success to Warzone? I use the meta for the most part. I usually pick up a Bruin and use it till I get a loadout, which is an M4 MP5. Any tips are appreciated. Thanks, boys. Tanner.
Interesting question, because I feel like usually people's KDs are higher in Warzone. Like mine's quite a bit higher in Warzone. Is yours?
I think
Or
mine's
is it about
lower.
the same? Really? Okay.
This is also my first BR, really.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pay too much attention to your KD in Warzone anyways. It's so random. I mean, some of these guys that have like 4 or 5 KDs, they'll go play multiplayer and, you know, they're not even as good as some 2.5 KD players.
Low cap is an example. Low cap Warzone KD is really good. His multiplayer it's above average, but it's not great. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, I think, I mean, he doesn't play much multiplayer either. But, I don't know, dude. I think it may have helped for us because we played a lot of ground war. Maybe if you were used to playing like 6v6 search or something and you weren't used to like the long range engagements, that could be hurting you. So if you actually, you know, want to practice, maybe go play ground war, kind of help out your long distance aim. But other than that, I don't know, dude. That's a tough question. I really don't have any ideas.
so yeah, like Ryan, one thing, I would start by saying play less aggressively, especially if you feel like you're a liability and you're not doing well in Warzone. If you're trying to win, then I want you to shift your focus from getting kills to not dying. So instead of trying to be the guy who's getting kills, be the guy who doesn't die. So what that's effectively going to mean is like, don't take a gunfight unless you're 100% sure you're going to win, and like, or you're forced to fight. Other than that, just stay away. Because then you'll start to learn which engagements are high probability and which ones are low probability.
Yeah.
I would say literally never push a building. If someone's on a roof and you're outside the building, leave. Because doesn't matter how good you are, the chances of you winning that are very low. I would also say stop using an M4. You should use like a Kilo would be a way better choice.
Yeah, use a Kilo. The Kilo's working very nice for me. I like it.
The M4 just doesn't have that much range, and it has a lot more recoil than like a lot of the other ARs. So I would say a Kilo is probably like the best AR for you to use. If you're used to an M4, Kilo's just going to do better for you. And then I would also say, make sure you have your second loadout with Ghost, Because if you have Ghost, you won't get surprised nearly as often, and that's going to translate to you doing better. Because if you're saying your loadout's M4, MP5, that means you don't have Ghost. You're running overkill. So make sure you're prioritizing getting that Ghost loadout. And if you don't know what I mean by that, go back to episode 30-something and listen to the episode all about Warzone. We go very in-depth about strategy there and perks and shit. Some of it, with respect to like what weapons to use, is outdated, but 99% of the info in that is still applicable today. So I would just say go listen to that or go re-listen to that and take those tips under advisement. But yeah, I would say switch to the Kilo for sure. Go ahead.
Also, if your friends are better than you, that could be an issue too. I mean, maybe, you know, let's say they average like a 1.5 KD. They're maybe wanting to push buildings constantly because they think they're better, and then you're just not at that skill level yet or something. So you're not getting the best practice, and you're just getting lasered by these kids because they're making plays that you usually wouldn't play. Like Raz was saying, don't push buildings. Like maybe they're doing that, and you just kind of get lumped in, and you have to do what they're doing. But yeah, playing passive for sure helps. Playing the edge of the gas, we've noticed we get the most wins when it's all about positioning. That's what a BR is. You don't have to have the best shot. You don't have to have the best aim. You just need to know where to go. And playing the edge, like as it's moving in, even just riding that gas all the way up, you know that nobody's coming behind you, which is you either die to people camping in buildings in this game or some random person that comes up behind you. That's how you always die. So if you can eliminate one of those things, then you don't have to focus behind you at all. You just look straight ahead, and you got to, go from cover to cover. Don't run out in open fields if you don't have to. But then also don't push buildings where you think somebody is, corner camping.
Yeah, 1,000%. And also, Tanner, you reminded me, it could also be that if your friends are a lot better than you, you could be playing in their skill-based bracket.
Yep.
Which means like your strategy's gonna matter. I mean, your strategy of course always matters, but if you're in a skill-based bracket that's like 3 above you, no matter what you do, it's gonna be tough. So maybe play solos when your friends aren't online to practice. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Maybe get friends who aren't as good and practice with them. Because, like we've had this experience in multiplayer. We'll invite people into our lobbies and they go 2-36. And they don't normally go 2-36, but because of skill-based matchmaking, because it's a shit system, they just can't compete. That could be happening to you. I don't know how good your friends are, but you could be getting fucked by skill-based matchmaking also. So
yeah.
But there's nothing really you can do about that. So every other thing that we said, I would say start with those things and then kind of go from there. And of course, just practice, dude. You'll get better. I think you're probably just playing too aggressively and taking fights you shouldn't take. That's my guess. That's my guess. So, good question though, Ryan. Let's move on here. Rhodes asks, boys, why the fuck is tax sprints in this dog shit game? Why did we have to introduce another movement ability for us to abuse? Do you think it'll be back in Cold War? Also, now that the Bruins nerfed again, Kilo, M13, Grau, or Galil in Warzone. Tanner.
I don't know why tax sprint is in the game. They just try to change these dumb things for some reason to add like their realistic approach or whatever they were trying to do. And that was one of them. Isn't it? It's confirmed to not be coming back. Am I right?
Yes.
That's what the rumors are. It's absolutely not coming back.
It's like unlimited normal sprint.
Yeah.
Just like every other Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I don't think it'll be back. I don't hate it as much as most people do. I feel like it's console players that complain about it the most. I don't know if it's because it's hard to do or annoying on a controller or what, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it's dumb and it's just another unnecessary thing and it ruins your ADS time from sprinting. But yeah, I don't think it's a huge deal. It's just unnecessary is what it comes down to. Now that the Bruin is nerfed again, Kilo, M13, Grau, or Galil. So M13 is really fun. It's great close to somewhat medium range. You just run through ammo too quickly because the fire rate's too high. I find myself You know, it takes a goddamn magazine to kill somebody because it takes 14 bullets just about. So by the time you miss everything, you're reloading, you're out of ammo after shooting like 3 guys. The Grau I haven't tried in a while. It's probably just average. It's like the M4. It's good. You see people using it, but it's not the best anymore. Galil I tried, didn't like it. I don't know why.
Same.
It just didn't feel right, but maybe I just need to give it more time because your last one here, Kilo, that's my favorite right now, and I also hated that at first. And I still don't love the handling compared to a Grau or M13, but it's got that medium to long range damage that is great to pair with an MP5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay. So why is Taxprint in this dog shit game? Great question that I can't answer for you. I have no idea. Here's the thing with Taxprint. It doesn't add anything to the game. Like, there's no... It doesn't give you any, like, outplay potential, really. Like, for example, Slide used to not be in Call of Duty, and then it was introduced. And Slide was a good thing to introduce, being able to sliding, because it gives you additional options to, like, outplay and, like, do cool things with. And there's some benefit to sliding. With Taxprint, obviously the benefit is you can move faster, I guess, but that doesn't seem good enough or worthwhile enough for it to be in the game. It's just kind of annoying and like, and it's like you said, it's like gameable. You can abuse it. I've been told you can slide cancel to reset Taxprint, which is not how it should work. So then you have to learn how to slide cancel just so you can abuse a mechanic that doesn't really need to be in the game anyway. So I hate Taxprint also. I think it's dumb. And I don't think it's coming back, like we said. Now that the Bruins nerfed, which assault rifle? Kilo, probably maybe the best overall. I don't know, though. The RAM is really good. I really like the RAM, and I don't know why not that many people use it. A lot of people have been saying the Galil is like great in Warzone. I've tried it a lot and I don't like it. I just do not like it. Not sure why. I just don't think it's that good. Grau is still very good. It's just not as good as before it was nerfed. The benefit of the Grau is it has like very little recoil and a good fire rate. It just lost a lot of damage range. So, but it's still very good. And then the M13 I think is terrible for Warzone. It doesn't have enough range, and it has too much recoil for you to be able to get kills at long range. So like you want to be able to like shoot people that are like quite far away, and an M13 is like the worst gun for doing that. So I would never use an M13, especially if you're going to have an SMG with you also. So that's what I
It's just disappointing because it's such a fun gun to use.
It is. It's my favorite AR in multiplayer. Like easily, because the handling is so nasty. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Warzone, it just doesn't translate. It just doesn't have the range. It just doesn't have the range. So anyway, let's move on here. Bjorn asks, what is the best full auto primary in Warzone after the latest patch? I think we basically just answered that. I would say probably the Kilo. If I had to pick one.
Kilo.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone says M13 has no recoil. Do you feel like the M13 has recoil, Tanner?
No.
That's weird. I feel like it has more recoil than most assault rifles in Warzone. Like, I have no problem with a RAM. I have no problem with a Kilo, M4, Galil. But the M13, I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Super possible.
you got some shit set up or something on that. That doesn't make any sense. The RAM that's why I don't like using the RAM. It has too much recoil.
The RAM has a lot of horizontal recoil, but I use Commando foregrip and then it's like perfect. But a lot of people don't like the RAM and they say that has a lot of recoil. It feels like none to me. I think I don't know. Maybe I'm better at controlling like horizontal recoil. You guys are better at controlling vertical or some shit. I don't really know, honestly. So anyway, yeah, Bjorn, we pretty much went over that. So next question from Bjorn also.
What the fuck? Why is it not working?
What are you trying to do? Oh,
it went live.
Oh, nice. There you go.
but it's not
It
working.
worked. It worked for me.
Not on me. I've refreshed even.
Well, do it again.
Okay.
Next question. Does anyone know how matchmaking works in duos? Is it the party leader's KD, an average, a mix of your multiplayer KD and Warzone KD? Tanner, any thoughts here?
Neither of us have any idea.
Yeah.
Nobody actually has an answer for that question.
Yep.
They're so secretive with everything. The only thing we know is Warzone skill-based matchmaking is not nearly as strict as multiplayer. That is definitely confirmed, but
Only because there are more people in a lobby. That's the only reason it's not as strict.
yeah, I would imagine it's something to do with an average. I mean, they're not just going to take the party leader's KD because then people will find out, oh, like I'm a 3.5 KD player, so I'm going to play with my friend that's a 0.4 KD, and I'll just shit on kids the whole time. You know,
Yeah.
The devs aren't that dumb. They know what they're trying to do, so it's some sort of average.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I would say my guess is that it's not even an average. It's just whoever has the best skill-based whoever's the highest bracket in skill-based matchmaking, if that person's in the party, that's the bracket you get put into.
Yeah.
That's
And
my
like,
guess.
It was apparent too during the last Damascus hangout. No, I'm not saying you guys are shit. I'm just saying your guys' KD is all around 1, right? So we were playing in lobbies, and you guys were saying the lobbies were harder than usual. But for me, I thought the lobbies were a lot easier than usual. And I was dunking on kids on certain maps. So it's some sort of average, obviously.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah, we don't really know, though, Bjorn. Oh, welcome, dude. Faldo, what's up, man? Was my name a change? It wasn't. No, Bjorn is just a name. I don't. That's a fine name, I guess. Faldo88 Twitch is a change it, though. So keep that in mind. Hey, you're on Twitch. Take the Twitch out of your Twitch name. Twitch on twitch.twitch.tv. Twitch.
He should make it Faldo88 TTV instead.
You should make it Faldo88 twitch.tv/TTV Twitch TV.
Yeah.
So dumb. I hate when people do that.
Keep that in mind.
But thanks for the question, Bjorn. So yeah, we don't really know. Next question, Steel Switch asks, if you had to give each other new gamer tags based on each other's playstyles, what would you come up with? Great question. Wish I had read this earlier.
So did I.
Any thoughts, Tanner?
Oh, man. Huh.
My new gamer tag, if I could give myself one, would be...
Don't say it.
Okay.
Let me say mine first. I don't want you to give me any ideas and alter my answer.
Okay, I respect it.
Mine would be Virgin Predator 69. So we're combining virgin and child predator since he likes to have coffee with underage boys.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
If I'm a virgin, I couldn't be that predatory, right? Any predators in the chat?
Tell that to the judge.
For what it's worth, the name I would give myself would be the Ground Goblin. There was one story where it happened. I was just on the ground. Everyone was above us, and I was just carrying from the ground. You weren't there. It was me, Lowcap, Itch, and Shitter. And we won a game because I was on the ground with my MG34 just fucking banging kids. I'm a Ground Goblin.
No, if it's something to do with the play style, though.
No, I know. It's not. It's not. Yeah, I'm trying to think, too.
I'm talking about my answer. My answer has nothing to do with your play style. It's just your real life style.
Okay.
Your style.
Yeah, my style. My persuasion.
I don't know. I feel like if I read this questions yesterday, I could have came up with a really good answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of one, too. How does Tanner play in Warzone? I think both of our gamer tags would be Blind Barry, because we can't see anything. Remember when that guy was behind the fire and he was just invisible on your screen? And we were all spectating. You were like, dude, he's right there.
That could also go with how I play, because when we're playing Warzone, usually I'm streaming and I'm not paying attention to anything. And then like Lowcap's always getting pissed. And he's like, dude, there's guys right in front of us. And I'm like, I don't see them because I'm not looking at the screen because I'm reading chat and interacting. And then I just get killed. Yeah, distracted Daryl.
Distracted Daryl, yeah. Yeah, mine would be like Pissed Peter, I think. I don't know. So,
Pissed
anyway.
Peter or yeah,
Predator
Pussy Peter, because you like to land in the corner of the map.
Oh yeah, Scavenger Sally, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how about picks up the bounty too early, Tanner? Too early, Earl. Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Steel, thanks for the question. That was a good one. Pickett, what are your top spots to drop in Warzone and why? Gotten this one a couple times, but it's worth revisiting. Tanner?
Farmland, there's usually a lot of loot and it's not too hot. You can get super geared. You could buy within a few minutes and usually just have to battle like one team. Obviously, it depends where the plane is going, but it's usually not a hot spot. So if we're feeling kind of slow, that's usually a big one. If we're feeling risky, want to battle it out, military is probably my favorite spot. Dude, I think we shred when we land at military. Have you noticed that? That's probably our best landing spot.
Yes, I have.
In terms of like, we'll land there with 4 other teams and we'll be the team to come out alive.
Yeah.
With like none of us even getting downed. So I think it's because we've had a lot of practice landing there. It's also a good spot because there's often a helicopter that you can bust out of there if you want. There's always like 2 buy stations. There's a ton of gear. And there's always people in that general vicinity. So if we're getting like a bounty or something, we can always get an easy kill.
And there's the ammo refill right there too.
There's ammo refill.
There's usually a buy station.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's like 3 buy stations there usually, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then last spot,
downtown.
Probably Boner Yard.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do great there, but I feel like it's easier to. Well, that wouldn't make any sense. I was gonna say I feel like it's easier to like get away from teams because there's a lot of cover and stuff, and you know the planes are like laying different directions, so it's like if you're being chased or a team's shooting at you, I feel like you can get away easier.
Yeah.
But it often ends up being a bait. It's kind of more of like a warm up drop spot. If we're trying to get in a battle real quick. But I feel like sometimes there's not enough buy stations for the size of it. That's my only issue with it.
And
or we end up having
station's in a shit spot too. Like that one that's like next to Boneyard, you like cross the wall and then there's like the second wall.
Exactly. So you have to run, or you have to cross the train tracks over to that next little area to the east to get to that buy, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's often not a vehicle there. So kind of think of it, why the fuck is that my number 3? Why do we land there?
Because there's a bunch of contracts and a lot of cover.
It's usually a ton of contracts. There will be 12 contracts there and 0 buy stations. So it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But it's just a fun spot to land. We've been hitting up Promenade more lately too. We've kind of strayed away from farmland recently. I think it's because LoCap always complains when we land there.
There's usually not that many contracts, and if there is, there's not a buy. And if you don't get the contract at farmland, then it's hard to call an audible because the next contract is like 3 kilometers away.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks, I think. Because I agree. I'm not a fan of farmland anymore for that reason. Military is definitely my number 1. Because there's contracts, there's a buy, there's the ammo thing, there's a lot of cover, but there's not like 8-story buildings. So military is like for sure my favorite. I do like Boneyard a lot also, but we do terribly there. For sure. On a stack, no cap.
Yeah.
And then those are pretty much my 2. I also like the roundabout neighborhood, actually. I like that drop spot a lot as well. It's just that there's usually not that many contracts there. But there's often a buy.
The roundabout neighborhood?
You know how there's like that neighborhood where it's like a buy... It's like there's a bunch of houses in a circle. And then there's usually a buy station at the center of the circle.
The one in Promenade?
It's it's outside Promenade, but close
to
it.
Yeah.
I like that spot a lot.
Yeah, okay. Got it. It's a good one.
It's not a cul-de-sac. You guys are dumb. It's not a cul-de-sac. It's a roundabout. A cul-de-sac.
It's not a cul-de-sac. Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely not a cul-de-sac.
They must be thinking of a different area.
No, they're not, because I've been told that that's a cul-de-sac by like 9 people who don't know what a cul-de-sac is. So, not a cul-de-sac, but that's the area it is. Welcome, by the way.
It's not a roundabout either, though. It's neither. It's
a roundabout, dude. You
it's
drive
not,
down
though,
a road, and then you can
It doesn't
do
go
a
anywhere
circle.
else. It just does a circle. It doesn't go anywhere else.
I'll keep it in mind for sure.
It's like a cul-de-sac, but there's like the middle of it is a roundabout.
I don't know what it is.
Any engineers?
Any municipal road developers in the chat?
Any city employees or anything?
Anyways, we'll keep that in mind for sure. So, good question. Next one here is from Gavin Davis. Asks, what's your preferred approach when you drop scavs, recons, bounties, most wanted, etc.? Tanner. Suburb is, yeah.
We usually go for a scav. We used to prefer bounties, but we've come to realize if you're landing, we don't usually hot drop, or not often. So if you're not hot dropping, a bounty doesn't make any sense because you'll pick it up right when you land. You'll have a few minutes to kill some guy that'll be 1,000 meters away. So it's like you're not just going to rush the guy with your pistols. I mean, you need to loot up and stuff first. So that's usually a bait. Bounties are fantastic, but if you're going to pick them up, you need to be landing somewhere where you know there's teams around you to get that quick kill, or just land and start looting and then pick it up when you're on the way out or something, like once you're ready to go and you have a vehicle. But I mean, the goal is to get the quick cash, so we prefer scavs. Recons are good too. These dumb shits usually don't like to do them.
I like doing them. It's just low
I've
cap.
watched all the videos, all of the guys with the number one or like the top players on the leaderboard for wins. They all do recons. They land and they just go from recon to recon to recon. They find the final circle and they just get to it right away.
Yeah.
And just get in a building.
Yep.
So it's good for winning, but low cap bitches that like you don't get enough kills or whatever for it.
Yeah. Low cap.
Because he's a
dog shit.
He's a KD farmer. That's all he cares about.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we used to like bounties, but the problem is, like, if you land and pick up a bounty right away, it'll usually assign you a team that's still floating. And, like, by the time they land, they're, like, 3 kilometers away, and then you just can't pick up a contract anymore. Because they're so far away, you're not going to be able to finish it. And then now you can't get a scav or anything to get money to get a loadout. So the most consistent way to just get your loadout is to just get a scav, because it gives you the most money, and it isn't contingent on people being near you. So scav is like our favorites. Recons are good, but I feel like recons you should only do once you have a loadout, because they don't really give you any money. They give you some, but not a lot. And like if you do a recon off the rip, you're probably not going to have enough money afterward to get a loadout drop. And the goal is to just get the loadout drop ASAP. And the easiest way to do that is to just get a scav. So scav is definitely, for the first contract, the way to go. I think after that, once you have a loadout, doing just a bunch of recons is like the best way to win for sure. But low cap's dumb, so he's never down. So,
damn, actually, that's super true in the chat. Back to the last question.
Okay.
It's definitely not a roundabout because you don't build houses on a roundabout.
There's
absolutely shit on. Read a book, Raz.
Isn't there a road that goes around it though?
I think so.
We'll look into it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll look into it. So we'll keep that in mind. But anyways, yeah, that's our answer. Real quick, mullet proof with the 1,000 biddies. Let's fucking go. And Zerosio calls it 1,000 biddies. Let's fucking go. Jesus, boys. Mullet and Czar. Thank you, brothers. Honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. Czar, again, thank you for the support. Dude, Mullet as well. Honored, humbled, and privileged for the 1,000 biddies each. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Thank you for calling. Also, sorry. By the way, Mullet, I checked my my index funds. The stock market is doing pretty well. My technology fund is up 12% since I bought it, which is an insane rate of return after fucking 2 months of having it or whatever. So that's been both fun and exciting. Haven't sold it, not going to, but I auto reinvest dividends and capital gains, by the way. Mullet, if you can tell me if that's dumb, let me know. But nonetheless, thank you for the biddies, boys. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Thank you. So let's move on here. Much appreciated, boys. Slivovitz asks, what advice do you have for a new frog learning to play Warzone? I'd like a way to practice things, not have to worry about messing up teammates. If you have not played, it's hard to find a squad to run with. Good players don't want to mess with noobs too much. I want to learn the strategies and tactics. You guys make it look easy. Well, is there a mode of Warzone I can play with bots or practice? If not, what mode would you recommend for a brand new frog? Tanner.
There is that Warzone practice mode. I've never ever used it, and I've never seen it used, but there is some mode you can play that has bots.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's a practice mode. I don't know if they ever even announced it when it came out. I don't remember, but I've never seen anybody use it or talk about it, but I know it's there.
Okay.
You go to it's like practice modes and trials or something.
Interesting.
But that would be because apparently what it sounds like is that's a full game. So I assume you start and jump out of the plane like normal. It's just everybody's bots. So you could hot drop it or something.
That would be, yeah. That'd be.
That would actually be really good practice. You can learn the map that way.
That's the big thing, yeah. You can learn the map.
I wonder if you can do it with more than one person.
That'd be cool.
That would be kind of dope to practice tactics. Yeah, I doubt it though. It's probably just solo. But yeah, dude, I would definitely look into that. It's under practice modes and trials. Play it. I haven't tried it. Let us know how it is. But the biggest thing about Warzone is getting used to the time to kill. That's the biggest thing by far. It's because coming from multiplayer, it's so weird. It's very frustrating at first how long the time to kill is. So if you can get in the practice mode and do that and figure that out and just kind of basically learn the map, I think that'll go a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was actually going to say Plunder is a good way to practice.
That works too, yeah.
Because it's the same map, and you can also get used to like the time to kill since people have armor in Plunder. But if you die, you can just respawn, so like you can, practice a lot more. So I would do, that. I didn't know that practice mode existed, so that for sure. But you're gonna get more benefit out of playing against real people. So I would do that in conjunction with Plunder. I think those are both good ways to practice. For finding teammates, the Discord, dude. Go to looking for squad. People are actually using that and like playing games off of it now. So what I've been seeing people do lately is they'll go into the Discord, they'll go to the Warzone section looking for squad, and they'll say, hey, does anyone want to run? Here's my battle net. By the way, here's my KD. So make sure you're around me. Because if you're too high, then you're not going to, then I'm just going to drag you down. And if you're too low, then you're just going to drag me down. So I've seen people post like, oh, I have an overall of like 0.96. So if anyone's around there, let's run. Because then it would be fun. That's what I would recommend you do. Because people have been actually finding squads in the Discord by doing that. I'd recommend you do that. But yeah, in addition to Plunder for sure and the training mode, I would say.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about Plunder. Dude, we loved Plunder when it first came out, but it gets so boring so fast.
Yeah.
Like Warzone doesn't as much. Plunder is just like you play it 10 times and you're like, okay, well, I have no reason to ever play this again, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Agreed. So yeah, Sliv, hope that helps, dude. Pork Adobo, 1,000 biddies. Let's fucking go. Yes, Pork. Welcome, brother. I appreciate you, sir. I'm honored, humbled, and of course, privileged, dude. welcome back. And thank you for the generous donation of the 1,000 bits. What's up, man? Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. What do we have here? Next question. Gavin Davis asks, if you got the chance to kidney tickle any of the operators in real life, who would it be? Preferably females, but the choice is yours.
Mara.
Hey,
there's literally no other answer.
There
right?
actually isn't. Yeah.
If you have another answer to that question, kill yourself in game.
In game, of course. Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yeah, that was the dumbest question I've ever read. But hey, thanks. Maybe there's other attractive female operators. I don't know who they are.
I've never
though.
looked at them, to be honest, so I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't care. Yeah.
Wait, when did he ask that question before or after the Damascus hangout? Because he was there.
Mara's big fake tits.
Mara's.
Big fakers.
Mara's big fake and not. Remember when people thought they were real? Dumb shit kids. Somebody had the audacity to say to me, have you ever seen fake tits in real life or something? Like, of course not. Of course not. But I can tell they're fucking fake.
Yeah.
Like what? Really?
Well, we've both seen plenty of fake tits in real life, not just complete ones. Not completely unmasked fake tits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways.
They feel like a bag of sand.
We'll keep that in mind. Next question. King Camper asks, what are your keybinds? This is a good question, Tanner.
What do you mean? What does that mean? Am I supposed to just pull up my keybinds and screenshot it and show you guys everything?
No, like, what do you use to... So, obviously, you use WASD to move. Probably shift to sprint.
So, just like the big ones.
Like
okay.
Crouch, prone, mount.
I don't really change mine much. So, mine, for mount, I use E on keyboard. Which I don't ever mount anymore, so that doesn't matter. To slide, it's hold down C. To go lay prone, it's Z. I also have toggle everything. So when I press C once, I don't have to, I let go and it holds it. I prefer to play that way. I do that with ADS as well. So
you
I right click.
Toggle ADS?
Yep, that's how I've always played first person shooters.
No, really?
It's just, I think you should try it because it's another thing you have to focus on is having to hold it down. I play a lot better when I toggle it. I hate not having toggle on.
If you sprint, does it take you out of ADS?
I don't know because I always just click it anyways.
That's fascinating.
I don't think it does. I don't think you'll sprint. I think it'll stay ADS'd.
Wow.
Yeah, you should try it, dude. It's one more thing you don't have to focus on.
I mean, the logic makes sense, yeah.
Because I tried it for a long time in BO4 because I remember like we had a similar conversation back then. And I was like, oh, okay, because I like all of the like the really good PC players do that.
What, hold to ADS, you mean?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to try this. And I fucking hated it, dude.
That's so
I mean, it's
weird.
just like you're just constantly having to push down on a button while you're like clicking shoot. To me, it's just I click once. All I have to focus on is shooting. That's it. It's very simple. It's easier to move around. I don't have the pressure on my mouse there, you know?
It all makes sense. I just never,
That's how I've always played first person shooters.
Wow.
So I do toggle everything. Do you do it for crouch and prone?
Crouch and prone, I have toggle. Yes.
Okay.
I don't hold those. But ADS I hold, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you should try it without it.
I'm going to consider it. I wrote it down. I'll for sure keep it in mind.
Yeah. Other than that, what are my other big ones?
Melee?
I still use Q. I use Q as my lethal melee. What is my melee? I don't even ever melee.
V. Yeah.
It's V, and then I press down middle mouse button to throw a grenade or C4. And those are the big ones, really.
Yeah. Yeah, mine are... So, yeah, I have toggle crouch, toggle prone as well, and then hold to ADS. So, WASD to move, shift to sprint. Left control is my prone. C is my crouch. X is my mount. Q is my melee. E is my equipment, so stim. And then 2 is my, oh yeah, what's your weapon swap, Tanner?
I just press 1.
So 1's your weapon swap. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
2 is my weapon swap. And then for sliding, my left mouse button is to slide so that I can keep sprinting and I don't have to change any of my directions. And then another one of my left mouse buttons is my lethal. So that way I can move in any direction while I'm cooking a grenade. I don't use grenades really, but for some games you do. So I like to be able to cook and be able to move completely normally while I do that. So I can peek a corner, throw it after cooking, and then unpeek again. And then I think that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, Faldo reminded me in chat too. I also use scroll wheel to change weapons sometimes, but usually I just end up pressing 1.
Scroll wheel's so inconsistent. I used to do that and I stopped. Because like if I want to do a cancel reload, it's so inconsistent to like scroll once and then back. I just double tap 2 real quick and then the reload's canceled.
My other question for you, do you have hold to sprint or toggle sprint?
Hold.
I use toggle for that too. I like to have my hands as free as possible.
Toggle sprint.
Yeah.
Well, I like to be able to like sprint and then once I get to a corner, just like slow down immediately by just like pulling my finger off of it.
I mean, I always have my finger on shift anyways. It like doesn't come off shift. That's where it rests. So
interesting. God, that sounds so awkward to me. Some games there's only toggle sprint and I hate them. That's how old Call of Duties were though. They were only toggle sprint. I think that's why you're used to it. Because I played old Call of Duties, there's no hold to sprint in old Call of Duties. It's all toggle and it's annoying for me.
Well, it's just why would you want to have to hold down that button?
Because it's
think about holding down right click.
It's easier for me to just release my finger to stop sprinting than it is for me to down and up press. I'm actually doing half of the movement you are to stop sprinting because I'm only depressing. You're impressing and then depressing.
Well, you're dog shit, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, keep that in mind. Anyways, let's move on here. Good question, King Camper. Next one here is from Hit Yo Block. Change it. I just started drop shotting today. Went well, but I need to control my accuracy when planked. Any advice? By the way, I'm on PS4.
Never seen anyone say you call it planked.
Yeah. Yeah,
keep
planked.
That in mind
I mean, it's
sure.
Technically almost true. Tanner, your thoughts?
Went well, but need to control my accuracy when planked. Mess with your sensitivity. So Block actually sent me some of his gameplay a couple days ago, like 4 minutes of gameplay, and he's like, "Can you watch this? Like, let me know what you personally think." So I watched it, and it's actually funny he says that because I thought he was drop shotting like every single kill, and it was actually working for him a lot. And I pointed that out to him, and I thought his accuracy was pretty good actually for controller PS4, like being an average player, it seems. So the only thing I could tell you about that is maybe mess with the sensitivity. I mean, I thought you looked fine. Like, I've watched controller players that do that and miss their shots way more than you were. So if you think you're missing, maybe up your sensitivity or lower it. If you're, just going, if you're swinging your, crosshair past their body, then maybe lower it. If you're not having enough time to get it over to their body and you're getting killed, then raise it a little bit. But that's the only thing I can really think of. And just aim center mass or aim high up. Don't aim for their legs or their feet because those are going to be harder to hit because they're going to be running and moving them. So maybe aim a little higher and mess around with your sensitivity.
I don't even understand the question because why would being prone change your accuracy at all? I don't get it.
I think he means like because he's running, he sees somebody, he drops real quick, and then he's having trouble like getting that, like, being accurate and getting that kill every time. I think he thinks he's saying he's missing shots or something, or getting killed before he can shoot. That's kind of what I took it as.
The only way that this kind of makes sense to me is that, okay, so like what people will do when they're trying to aim, like let's say you're to my left, I can get my crosshair. So I'm standing here and you're like to my left. You're at the camera. I can aim at you in one of two ways. I can move my crosshair to you, by like dragging my joystick, or I could strafe left until you're in front of my crosshairs. So you can like strafe into someone to move where your crosshair is. So you can basically move like laterally, or you can just like move your crosshairs to that person. So if you're always aiming by strafing, then your accuracy would be worse when you're drop shotted, because if you're prone, you can't strafe your crosshair into them, which means you have to sweep your crosshair into them. And maybe you're not used to doing that. And that's why your accuracy is suffering. I don't know if that explanation made any sense, but if it did, then the reason your accuracy might be suffering is because you're just strafing into all your kills to get them. And if that's the case, I would say practice not doing that all the time. A lot of times that's a good strategy, but if you're behind cover, you don't want to strafe out of cover to be able to get a kill. You want to be good enough at sweeping your crosshairs without moving your character to get your aim on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So practice aiming without strafing more. That might not be what you mean at all, but that's the only way that this question makes sense to me. So, I don't know. That's what I would say. So, anyways. Let's move on here. Senti asks, good evening, God Kings. This is my PC setup. I will be mostly playing FPS, especially COD. What do you recommend for my next upgrade? Let's take a look. Okay, Ryzen 5 2600. 16 gigs of RAM. 1660 Super. Okay. I'm not familiar with this processor. Are you, Tanner?
It's like a mid-tier Ryzen CPU.
Okay.
I mean, it's still 6-core, which is good enough for gaming.
And then this GPU.
So, what is the question? I'll mostly be playing first-person
You're
shooters.
gonna
What do you recommend for my
upgrade
next
one thing.
upgrade?
If you had to upgrade one thing to play COD better, what would it be here?
It would have to be the graphics card, I think. 1660 Super.
It's pretty
Isn't-
new. That's the only reason I'm hesitant to say that.
Well, it's not great, but you're either going to upgrade that or the CPU. And
It's one of those two, yeah.
the CPU is not great, but I mean, like my CPU is 12 core, but it's like for gaming that doesn't really matter. 6 core is plenty. If that's all you're doing, you know, if you're watching a YouTube video or watching a live stream, you have Discord open, you're doing other things, then the CPU is going to be a little bottleneck. But bottom line is for just straight FPS, it's always going to be your graphics card in video games, pretty much. I mean, CPUs have a large effect. Now, they didn't used to matter at all. Like when I used to play COD 4 back in the day, your CPU almost didn't fucking matter. It was all about the video card. But now games have become a lot more CPU intensive than they used to be. I mean, it was like, you know, back then we played on either dual core or, you know, the guys who had a nice PC had a quad core, and those were like, oh shit, this guy's got a quad core. But bottom line is the video card is always going to make the biggest difference in frames per second. So, I mean, you don't want to get like a 2080 Ti because then your CPU is bottlenecked as hell.
Yep.
But if you got something like a 2060 Super or like a 2070 non-super, those would be really good, like in the, you know, probably right now, I don't know, $400 to $500 range. And that would make the biggest difference for sure. But if you're actually thinking about upgrading something, Senti, and you don't know, the new NVIDIA graphics cards will be hitting the shelves in probably no more than 2 weeks. And they'll be announced when this podcast goes live, it'll be announced in 2 days on September 1st.
Yeah.
So if you're going to upgrade, wait for those to come out. No, the old ones aren't going to drop in price. That doesn't happen. They've already stopped producing them, so they're already technically more rare than ever. So the prices actually go up for some reason because the inventory is very low on them. So just wait till the new ones come out. They'll be a lot better than the 20 series, and supposedly you're going to pay a ton still like you did this series, but you're going to get a ton of performance gain compared to like the 10 series to the 20.
Yep, you pretty much covered it. So in chat, we have the difference between Super and TI. Super, okay, so there's like, so my graphics card is a 2080. And I bought it right when the 20 series launched. And then 6 months later, they came out with a 2080 Super, which is literally a 2080, but like a little better. And when they started making 2080 Supers, they stopped making regular 2080s because Supers are better. So 2080 is the worst. 2080 Super is better. And then 2080 Ti is way fucking better than both of those. Ti is like the best card you can get in like the 2080 series. I think in the 2 series, period, 2080 Ti is the best card you can get.
Yeah. 2080 Ti is mostly for guys that just want an overkill setup, honestly, and have like an expensive computer, or if you're playing on 4K. Like, we're going to upgrade our cards, and the biggest difference we would see when we upgrade. Yeah. Yeah, because, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah. What was I saying?
Or if you render videos and shit, but that's not going to matter. I was going for that. Most of you guys. But,
yeah. But yeah, the 2080 Ti is just unnecessary for most people. Also, with that series, it was extremely overpriced for the performance game. I mean, it was better than a 2080, but it was by like 10 to 15%, and you were paying like double basically.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's like Titan GPUs, but I don't even know if those do better. Those are more for like rendering and shit.
Those are like workstation CPUs, or like guys who are like literal game devs doing things like that. That's what you need them for.
Yeah.
Like, you need a ton of. It's got double the memory as a 2080 Ti.
I think the best consumer GPU is a 2080 Ti. I don't think there's a better one for like playing a video game. Yeah.
And the best, if you want like a high end card, the best one to get for your money is a 2070 Super currently. But supposedly, like
2080
a 2080,
yeah.
No, like best bang for your buck. Because honestly, a 2080 Ti is extremely overpriced. It is. Everyone knows that. But guys just want that biggest card. I mean, I would have bought one, but I know that these are coming out soon. I wanted to buy one like 3 months ago. I was looking at Amazon every single day waiting for like if the price randomly dropped on one by a few $100s, how Amazon does that. And Raz just kept telling me, he's like, you're a dumb shit. Don't. Just wait. So it wouldn't have made that big of a difference, but it's for people who just want like the absolute best usually. Like not any frame rate dips whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but all of this doesn't matter because you guys should just wait for the 3 series at this point, since they're coming out like really fucking soon.
Also, while we're on this computer subject, NZXT actually, if you're like, I know we always talk about, using somebody like Power GPU or those builders, but they usually don't do builds under like $1,000. So if you're thinking about buying the next gen console, wait, because NZXT just came out like a week ago with a starter series gaming PC that's $700, $699. And you get a gaming PC. And it's guaranteed to be 60 frames per second in modern Warzone. So that's already better than what your console's getting right now.
And it's an upgradable platform.
Yeah, and it's upgradable. So you can get that in a few months later when you're like, okay, I want a better graphics card. You can throw a better graphics card in that thing. Your frame rate could almost double depending on how much you pay. So it can make a big difference. So if you guys are thinking about that, that's a crazy steal. NZXT, it's called the Starter Series.
That's a good piece of
so that's something
advice,
to that's something to keep in mind.
Because it's just a whole platform for you to gradually upgrade on.
Yeah, and it already has a nice case. The NZXT cases are very popular. A lot of people use those. And so, you have the power supply. You would just need to upgrade video card pretty much if you want like way better frames.
And maybe CPU, but that would be like later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good advice. I'm not sure, Faldo. We'd have to wait to see what the new GPUs can do. It's impossible for me to say because I don't know how much they're going to cost and I don't know what kind of frames they're going to push.
Yeah, we'll fucking see.
We'll fucking see indeed. So, next one here. Sniff, sniff, ham bone. Change it. You guys may have covered this in some previous questions, but if not, if you guys were put in charge of achievements, challenges, calling cards and emblems, shit like that, what would they be? What would some Dark Ops or secret challenges be? Ooh, that's a good question. I like it. Hey, I like it. Danny, your thoughts?
I'm trying to think of some of the ones I liked from BO4. I would want things similar to like Killer Master in BO4, where what did you have to do? You had to do like assault rifle kills for that. You had to get what, like
No. Killer
like
Master was bloodthirsty,
15 kill
merciless.
streaks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was just all those. So it was like
Okay.
it was like 50 bloodthirsty, 25 mercy boys, 1 ruthless. You know what? Maybe you did need. No, I think it was like you needed.
It was just overall kills.
You needed the
also.
quad feed. You needed like a bunch of double kills. There was some other weird ones, like it was like get a bloodthirsty while you're on an objective. That was one of them for Killer Master. I don't remember all of them because there's 10, but that's at least 5.
Yeah. If you want to know what achievements or challenges I would have wanted, just go play BO4 because they had the system almost perfect.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, I would love, like, we have a nuclear calling card now. It doesn't fucking tell us how we got it.
Yep.
I go to my calling card list right now. If I was dumb and somehow a really good player and got a 30 kill streak, I would look at that and be like, oh, this is cool looking. I don't know what the fuck it means because Joe Seacott doesn't feel the need to tell me what it means. Right? So, you know. But yeah, I would want more like a calling card system where it's like, yeah, get 10, 20 kill streaks, or, you know, they could do something fun for Warzone, like play 10 matches and get 10 kills, or, you know, play 10 matches where you pick up 7 contracts or something like that. So it's something that's kind of difficult and has a good calling card to go along with it that I would want to actually grind for.
Yeah.
Because the calling cards, none of that matters right now. Because most of it you just get in a fucking, you know, a loot box, or I mean a like the store, shit like that, or just when you rank up in general. And what would some of the secret Dark Ops be?
That one's tough. That one's tough.
I feel like they could do some fun things.
One thing that
with
would
like
be cool.
helicopters.
Ooh,
Like-
crash a helicopter into an enemy and kill him. That'd be a cool
Yeah,
one.
or like
Get 5 headshot downs in one Warzone match with a sniper rifle.
yeah,
That's like really hard, but doable.
get like a 400 or 500 meter kill in Warzone.
Get a quad
you know,
feed
things
with the
like that.
C4 in Warzone. So you just have to mollywop one on like a ATV.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool one. There's a lot of cool options, I think. But yeah, for multiplayer, it literally like almost exactly Black Ops 4.
Mhm.
Like that's, I mean, it was just perfect. It was fucking actually perfect. That's what I would go with. Next one here. Do you want to wrap up here soon, Tanner?
Let's go to like 9.
Okay, great. Next one. Steel Switch asks, what have been a few of your favorite memes / GIFs in the Dropshot memes channel in the Discord? Join the fucking Discord, Tanner.
The one of Raz, or the ones that have Raz holding the knife.
Yeah. Those ones are good. Mm-hmm.
Those were hilarious. I'm trying to find one.
I'm going to find my favorite one so I can show you guys. Oh, this one might be my new favorite, actually. I'll show you guys my two favorite ones. There's a lot of good ones, though, dude. There's a lot of good ones.
Ready for some ass eating? I like that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. God, there's so many memes. I'm gotta keep scrolling.
When you accidentally answer someone's question without realizing you're in the Q&A channel and you know that Raz is going to absolutely shit on you when he sees this on the pod.
True. True. Where is this thing, man? I'm trying so hard to find it.
You're going back far, dude.
I am.
There's just so many memes in here. Our Discord is just so lit.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
If you're not in it, you're dog shit.
Oh, I'm up to the knife ones finally.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, I found my 2 favorite ones. So I'll show you guys right now. Okay. So this, we'll go in chronological order, actually. Ah, fuck. Hold on. No. Okay, wait. Here we go. I got to open them in Firefox. There's one. And there's 2. Okay. So here's my first favorite one. With the knife, SBMM, a fun multiplayer experience. That one's fantastic. This one's my absolute favorite here, though.
Who did that one, Nick?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm once again asking for you to read a book. The shop is like pretty good too.
Your face just looks so dumb.
It's because it's like 60% too big. So it just looks like weird.
I've never wanted to just punch you in the face more than I do when I look at that photo.
That one's fucking fantastic, dude. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that one for sure. God, it's so dumb. Dude, our Discord is so dumb. I love it, dude. Yeah, but those are my favorites.
That's so funny.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Anyways. Okay, next question. In regard to placing toilet paper rolls over or under. This is from Senti420. Change it. Tanner.
Well, in America, we do it over. Some of these dumb shit Australians may do it under something dumb, but they're wrong.
Yeah, over.
It's over. This shouldn't be a debate anymore.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's over. It's over, and that question is over. So, next question from Senti. This is an interesting question. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. What do you think of having the ability to lock and seal doors in Warzone? And the only way to breach them would be to have a high damage melee bash or a shotgun with a breaching attachment or perk. Tanner.
I think it would be fucking terrible. I mean, talk about building campers, dude. People would sit in buildings for so long and just lock and seal the doors. And just like, they probably wouldn't even look out the window. They would just lay prone. They would just sit in a corner. They would lock the doors. They would eat their bowl of Lucky Charms while they just wait 20 minutes for somebody to roll up on them.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah. That would be disgusting. Actually, the game I used to play, SWAT 4, way back in the day. God, it's been so long since I played it, but you could lock the doors a certain way, and I don't remember how it worked, but you could, as you go through it, you could close the door and lock it. And in that game, since it was like a police-based game, you had breaching shotguns. So people would just run up to it, blast it real quick, and go through the door. And then that door would be forever open the rest of the game. So even if they did something like that, and it like blew the door off altogether, I still would never want it because there's too many doors to begin with, and there shouldn't be any. And that's not going to help at all. Now, that's cool in a game like Rainbow Six Siege or something, but not in a Call of Duty game.
Especially not in Warzone.
It's just slowing down the game even more than it already is.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem... So, like, this is a cool idea, and there might be some kind of way you could do something like that, but I don't see it right now. Like, there would have to be some kind of downside to locking the door. Because if you could lock a door and, like, that's it, then there's no downside. So you might as well just, like, lock it. And then even if you don't want to stay in there, you just fucking leave. It's like,
yeah,
there would have to be some sort of downside. I don't know what that could be. Like, maybe it takes you like a minute to lock it so that if someone like catches you locking it, you're like an easy kill, maybe. But even then, it's like, I just don't see it in this kind of game. I like the idea though, but I don't see how it would be very good, honestly, in my opinion, for the gameplay experience. So,
yeah.
Next question here is from Skyline All-Wheel Drive. Okay. Change it. Thoughts on 2 C-130s dropping in players? but the second one flies from the complete opposite direction toward the other plane. This way, it splits the player pool in half per plane and likely spreads out players more efficiently and more broadly. Very interesting question. Now, before you answer, Tanner, I'm going to go piss out of my huge white cock. And with that said, I'll be back shortly, and the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Super interesting question. So two of them basically flying directly at each other from opposite sides of the map. Would it really split them more in half though? I don't really think it would, dude. I think people would still just end up landing at all the same places. You may get more hot drops because of the two planes. So you're going to have two areas that are super hot right at the beginning of the game, which then leads to more people dying off the start. And then, if anything, that would just lead to a really slow mid-game time frame. So, because I feel like a ton of people would die in the beginning if that's the case. Because there's always those hot droppers, like no matter what. So I don't think it's necessarily... I don't think you can say it's going to spread them out more. But there will just be two clusters of hot drops, essentially. I almost feel like it would keep players more in the same area, if anything. Because I'm wondering if it's something like when they get to the middle of the map or something, you have to be out of the plane. But no, that would split everyone up. I don't know, dude. That's a tough question. I just think it would make mid-game very boring. Because you would end up... I mean, you would just have so many people dying. You know, you'd have all the fucking swag hot dropping every time and getting 30 kills off the rip. And then those people not coming back in the game. And then you just have a mid-game with 50 players left for 25 minutes that you have to figure out what to do. And it would just make it boring. Now, I don't know if there's any BRs that do that. I almost thought that... Fuck, what's that game? What's that one? Apex. Does Apex do something weird like that?
I think
like there's two
like
planes?
Multiple. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Fortnite doesn't, PUBG doesn't. Yeah, I don't really know, dude. I don't know if it would really change a whole lot.
Yeah.
I just think the initial drop would be a lot different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting question to me. Because I'm not sure what the effect would be. Like, would it change the distribution of players that much? You know?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I would have to actually see a game do this and then see how it works. I think at the end of the day, it wouldn't be that big of a deal and it would be fine. So I don't think it would be super impactful either way. But
yeah,
if it's impactful at all, I don't know if it would be better or worse, honestly. And I also don't know if they should be flying straight at each other or just totally different lines. Because if anything, you'd want them to be like totally perpendicular. That's going to spread the map out the most. So that one plane is flying over a bunch of spots, the other one isn't. Because if they're flying straight at each other, then it's all still one line. It's just some team starts on the opposite side. So if anything, you'd want them perpendicular if you want to cover the most map area. So I don't know. That's a good question, though. It's something to think about for sure. I'd never thought about it, but it might be better. But at the end of the day, I just don't think it would be that big of a deal regardless, to be honest. That's what I would say. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We're not answering this next question, by the way.
Yeah, that's a pass for
That was
me,
that dumb
sure.
shit troll kid that came into your chat once and didn't follow.
Yeah, that's for
just
sure.
to bait us.
That's for sure a bait. So next question here. Jake Squatch asks, I purchased a controller with paddles. I'm more apt to use the right paddle. I have them set up to crouch, prone, and jump. Which movement would you deem more critical? Jump shots or sliding / drop shots? Interesting. Tanner, your thoughts?
Good question. I think I know Raz's answer. And my answer, Oh fuck! I was gonna answer it so quickly, and then I thought about it a little bit more. Like I almost don't realize how I play now because I don't pay attention because it's just normal to me. But I jump a lot. I do know that because again, I'm still used to like playing Call of Duty 4, and there was no sliding or anything in that game. So every single corner you came around in competitive play, you jumped. You never just ran around the corner. You jumped every time you popped out and you snapped to somebody and start shooting. So I personally, in my case, I think jumping is more critical. Now, for the average player, I think it's going to be sliding. My answer is definitely jumping, though. I think I do that all the time, almost to the point where it's too much, probably, and I need to pay attention more and cut it back. Because sliding works really well in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I was going to answer this, Jake, they're both obviously totally critical. But if I was telling like the average person what to do, definitely sliding or drop shotting more. The reason is once you jump, you can't change direction while you're in the air. So if you jump a corner and there's 90 people on the other side of that corner, you can't back out. You can't come back behind cover because you're in the air. You can't change direction and you're for sure going to die. So if you jump a corner, you're committing 100% because it's impossible for you to change course now. You're midair. Whereas if you slide or drop shot, you can immediately change direction at any time because your feet are on the ground. So it's less of a commitment. Even if I slide a corner, if I see people, you can immediately stop and come back behind. Whereas if you jump, you can't. You've committed 100%. So I would say sliding corners is in general smarter than jumping corners.
Yeah.
But they both have their place. But if you had to like put one on a paddle, yeah, sliding. Especially for a controller player, by the way. If you're going to do slide cancels, you want sliding to be as accessible as possible. So you should definitely put sliding wherever it's easiest to press it. Because I don't think you need to jump to slide cancel. So yeah, sliding should be whatever you put on the paddle, I think. So last one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hit up Itchy after I ask you this question. Mr. Salmonella, PhD, asks, what do your IRL friends and family think about the pod in all facets, regardless of whether or not they listen? Tanner.
Well, our IRL friends have to listen to all of it because they're in the Instagram group chat with us because they're considered contractors of the Dropshot LLC. So they listen to all of it. They don't respond because they don't care.
True.
But they think it's cool. I mean, they've got shit to do, so it's not like they're sitting in every stream watching us. But they think it's cool and ask us questions and shit about it. I think they're surprised how well it's done, as are we, of course. Our family, I honestly don't talk to them about it, like, at all. I don't know if you do, but the only reason they know, actually, they probably still wouldn't know if it wasn't for Sierra telling them one time. She, like, brought it up all awkwardly at, like, a family event. She's like, oh, are you going to tell them about your podcast? Or she said something, and I just, like, looked at her.
Awkward.
And I just, like, looked at her, and she just gave me that look like she knew what she was doing. And they're like, podcast? What, you have a podcast? And I was like, oh, my God. And then I had to explain it to them. And at that point, we weren't, like, really making any money.
Yeah.
And then the first time we had, like, a conversation about it was, like, I went over there to my parents' house for, I don't know, a birthday maybe or something. And, like, it was right after the first night that I got, like, a bunch of money. I think that was one of the first time Viking came in my chat and just dropped a literal load on me. And I was like, holy fuck.
Checks out.
And, like, the next day, like, Sierra sits on, she's like, oh, did you tell them, like, what happened last night when you were streaming with your, like, donations? I'm like, really? You really gonna bring this up again? So then I had to, like, explain it to them. It's like, I don't really want to. It's kind of awkward. But they're like, wait, what the heck? They were just, like, so utterly shocked. Actually, they were like, "What? That's fucking nuts." And I was like, "I know. Tell me about it." So other than that, we don't really talk about. I mean, like they know that like I do it on Wednesdays and Saturdays because I also have like my schedule posted in the hallway. And sometimes when my mom comes over this house, she like looks at it to see my work schedule and shit. It's like they know we're doing it. She'll be like, "Oh, it's not your podcast night." And I'm like, "Yeah." But, like we don't really have any conversations about it. So they think it's cool. I don't think they realize that like
We're the
we're
hottest
doing as
up-and-coming
good.
podcast in gaming.
I don't think they realize we're doing as good as we are because I'm not one to like talk about it because I almost just feel like that's like bragging, even though it's really not. And I
It's
don't
your
know.
parents.
I just no. But I don't want to. I know, but still, like that's the way I feel because I hate when people are like big braggers. It fucking pisses me off. Like that's like one of my biggest pet peeves.
Interesting.
So yeah. So that's how it is.
Interesting. Yeah. So IRL friends, yeah. Tanner and I have the same friends, so they think it's cool. They like it. Pretty much what Tanner said. It's like, you know, they're not big Call of Duty players, but they
It's because they're dog shit or they're
dog
console
shit, yeah.
players.
But they ask about it a lot, and they're like curious how it's going and
Well,
stuff.
let's not say a lot. Ben still isn't Prime sub to me. He probably
Actually,
hasn't used his Prime sub in 3 months, so let's
true.
not say that.
Michael asked
They're
me
dog
about
shit.
it quite a bit.
Gabe's in the
Actually.
chat right now lurking.
And
but
Gabe's our
Ga-
like one of our best friends, and he's in.
Gabe's been supporting. Joey's actually been telling people about it in real life. He
Yeah.
randomly texted me. He's like, "Yo, told some guy about your pod," and I was like, "What?"
Nice.
He was like, "Yeah." I was like, he was at the gym or something. He came across some guy with a Twitch shirt on, and he went up. And was like, "Oh, do you play Call of Duty?" And the guy's
Of
like,
course,
"Yeah." He's
Joey
like,
would do that too.
"Of course, hey, do you play Call of Duty?" And then of course he started like talking about it, and then he asked for like what my Twitch handle was to give the guy. I don't think he ever followed me, so I got scammed. So
Absolutely
hey,
scammed.
if
yeah.
you met my friend in real life and he told you to come here and you listen to this episode, let me know.
yeah.
Because I don't think you ever followed me, so you're shit.
Yeah. Any shitters in the chat?
Raz's dad looks like the typical CEO of a grocery chain.
I'll show you right now. Show you right now. This is my dad. You should see him when he was younger, by the way. We looked the same, dude. But yeah, that's Papa Riley. Papa Razinon. It's twitch.tv/razdad. Drop your Twitch primes. Anyways,
Yeah. He runs the hottest up and coming grocery podcast in the world.
Up and coming podcast in grocerying doesn't matter. Yeah, so but yeah, my friends think it's cool. I live with my family, so they all know about it because I'm waking them up every night screaming at this microphone about Activision and skill-based matchmaking.
Wait, do they ever say that actually?
No, I don't actually wake them up. No.
How close is their room though?
Well, their bedroom's like pretty close, but by the time they go to bed, we're probably still playing on Saturdays, but I'm not like screaming on Saturday nights. I'm screaming during the pod, but that's early enough to where they're still like awake, so they don't care. But like, so I have an older brother. He asks me about it all the time, which is cool because he's super interested in it. Because Damien knows. Damien's my brother. He knows. Yeah, maybe I should. He knows all about podcasts and shit. He's balls deep in podcasts like I am. So he's like interested in it from like the business perspective. So he's like, "Oh, like how's that going? Are you doing this? How's this going? Blah blah blah." But he's not a video game player, so he doesn't really care about that. And then my dad's kind of the same way. He doesn't know shit about video games, but I've told him like that I'm making like some good money. So now he's like actually interested in it, and he's like, "Oh, he thinks it's cool," and he's like super supportive. And he asks me about it like all the time, which is actually really cool. And then my mom just, is kind of the same way. My mom just supports me no matter literally what I do. So she's supportive. She's
she
supportive.
comes in your room.
Oh yeah, except when she barges in my room.
Well,
Like,
she comes into your room with a plate of food and you tell her to get out, bitch.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish all these people
Just
were here for that. When did that
backhand her.
happen? That was during BO4, I think. That was definitely
No,
during the BO4
that
days,
was
wasn't
during
it?
Well, one time it happened during the BO4 days, and then I made her sit on the bed and look at my Twitch chat. And then
And then you like
time it was during a
unmuted it and you
podcast.
could, and then
Yeah.
you like,
Yeah, that was
you like
BO4.
said, You like said on your streamer, you're like, all right, get out of here, you dumb bitch. And she just like laughed and walked away. It was so funny.
Yeah.
You're like, get the fuck out of my room, you stupid bitch.
My mom's so funny, dude.
And she just laughed and walked out.
Because that's why I say this shit to like Tanner all the time. Because I'm obviously not serious. It's like I'm not like, you know, mad or anything. Yeah, I talk to my mom like that all the time because it's fucking funny. We both laugh. Because she knows I'm not serious, obviously. But anyway, God, that was funny, dude. I was like, get out, you stupid bitch. She starts laughing.
Yeah. That was so funny.
That was so funny, actually.
I wonder if that's clipped. I wonder if somebody
Probably
ever clipped
not.
that.
I hope so,
Damn.
but probably not. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll never find that.
But yeah, we'll look into it. But anyways, yeah, so they're all very supportive. Yeah, my dad was like not like thrilled that I was like gaming and streaming all the time until I like started treating it like a business and like got super disciplined and started making money. Because his problem wasn't with like the video game. The problem was like it looked to him like I was wasting time. So now that it doesn't look like I'm wasting time, now he's like happy about it. So it's been cool. Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah. You can go to my clips and look, Faldo. I don't have access to it. I don't even know if it's clipped.
It's probably not, actually.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
There's a 95% chance it wasn't clipped.
Yeah. So.
Because especially if that one was during BO4, you probably had 4 viewers.
Yeah, it wasn't many. Yeah. So that's why I started the podcast. So, are we ready to go, Tan Man?
Yeah. Itch said play 1 or 2 without him. He's just eating real quick, and then he'll hop on.
Okay, cool. We'll do some duos. We'll get in a channel, and he can just hop in when he's ready.
Yeah, we'll warm up.
Yeah. So go live now. Now.
I'll consider it for sure.
Okay. What does Grammy Tanner think? She thinks about drawing her next breath.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
So I don't think she has too many thoughts. So F's in the chat for Grandma Harbin.
Don't care.
Don't care. Don't care. No, he doesn't, Rhodes. He likes me being here. I'm not just saying that, I promise.
Why don't you download Flight Sim real quick and we can just stream that instead? I'd much rather play that.
Don't care. Don't
Funny
care.
thing is, you think I'm kidding.
Don't care if you're not. Don't care. Never doing it. Don't care. You're going to get bored by the time my joystick would come in the mail, actually.
Okay, well, I'm already bored of this game, and we've been playing it for a year, so...
Good point. When we start a Flight Sim podcast, I'll download it. How about that?
Yeah. So I'm going to go pee, maybe make myself an old-fashioned or something. So
Hey, well,
talk to your dumb shit chat for a couple minutes, or you can just raid me in a couple minutes if you want.
Well,
Don't care.
no.
I'm not gonna be there, but you can raid me.
Okay, are
They're
you
gonna
live?
be talking to a black screen. Yeah, I'm live.
Okay, then. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Hurry up regardless. So anyways, he's so dumb. He struggles so hard to peel an orange, chat. We should vlog that. I should have vlogged Tanner trying to peel an orange. Took him like 45 minutes. By the way, Silent Murder, thank you for the gifty boy. And Bulletproof, 1,000 more biddies. Let's fucking go. Yes, dude. And Czar with the 50 biddies. Let's fucking go. Thank you, boys. Much appreciated. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Silent, Czar, and Mullet, particularly, for the 1,000 bits. Czar, you gave a fuck a lot of bits too, though. So thank you, sir. And Silent Murder for the gifty sub. It is much appreciated. I'm honored, humbled, and privileged, and I'm happy for the support. So thank you. It means a lot. Genuinely. Much appreciated. So the next section of the podcast is iTunes reviews, but there are literally none. So we're skipping that. So we're going to get some games in real quick. But first, follow me on Twitter at Razinon, Twitch at twitch.tv/Razinon, Instagram at RazinontTV. Follow Tanner on Twitter at Tanner Dropshot, one word, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot. If you have Amazon Prime, make a Twitch account, link it to your Amazon account, and then you get one free subscription to the channel of your choice. It is included in the price of your Amazon Prime subscription that you already have, and it gives us money at no cost to you. So make sure you do that.
Do it.
Also, again, the Patreon has been revamped. If you're going to spend any money on this shit podcast, do it on Patreon first. We get the most money that way, and you guys get the most content that way. 4 bonus episodes a month. Only $5. That's like so much content for $5. So figure it the fuck out.
Too much. We're getting scammed, actually.
Actually, true. Yeah, it's too much work for that little money. But nonetheless, we love you guys, so we're doing it anyway. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes and tell your dumb fuck friends about us. Also, subscribe to me on YouTube. Real quick, hold on. Move Patreon, plug in the last section of template. Okay, sorry, boys. Get absolutely shit on. But yeah, find me on YouTube. We're close to monetizing there as well. It costs you nothing to subscribe to me on YouTube, and it helps me a lot. And there's a clips page and gameplay breakdowns. You can share the clips page with your dumb fuck friends to convince them to listen to the pod. We have a merch store or 2 to rep your favorite podcast in gaming, the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. Of course, join the fucking Discord. And there's a lot of fun and exciting content there, including the Q&A section, by the way, which is where we got all of our questions from. Join the Discord if you want to ask us a question. Go to the Q&A questions section and write it up, and we'll answer it. And of course, last but certainly not fucking least, extra double special thank you to our Damascus patrons. Mr. Salmonella, Jay Pritch, Slivovitz, Jake Dub, Zerosio, Rainman, Sandstoner, Tequila Sirockingbird, Face Esquire, Gift Curse, Adam H, Mr. Matt Dad, Sniff Sniff Hambone, change it, Jimmy M, Von Trapp, Aussie Menace, Vesterg, change it, Gododo, Joshua V, Yep Buddy, Civ, Young Douglas, Tim Tappan, an extra double special thank you to the Dropshot Patriarch, our one and only Obsidian patron, the Vaping Viking. Have an excellent evening, boys. We're going to go get some games in over at TDS's channel. Rich, thank you for the 500 biddies. Let's fucking go. For Papa Riley. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that picture. So, that's my pops, indeed. Have an excellent evening, boys and girls. And until next time, as always, of course, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.